Hospitals are supposed to be safe places, places of recovery, of hope, of healing. But what if there's a room inside a hospital that no one talks about? A room that doesn't show up on the map? A room the staff avoids at all costs? Because what's inside was never meant to leave. This is the story of room 209, and I swear to you, it's still there. I was 28 when I took the night shift at Ravenmore General Hospital, a small but old facility tucked away in the foggy hills of northern Maine. Built in 1932, it was a relic. All faded paint, echoing halls, and dim yellow lights that buzzed overhead like flies. They never said it was haunted. They didn't have to. You could feel it the second you stepped inside. Cold even in summer, heavy silence, and a strange odor, like rotting flowers soaked in bleach. I worked alone most nights, just me and the graveyard patients, the unconscious, the dying, the forgotten. But it was my second week on the job when I heard about room 209. It started with a joke. One of the older nurses, Dana, said, "If you see the light on in 209, run." She laughed after she said it, but not with her eyes. They looked haunted. I thought it was just hazing until I tried to find that room and realized there was no 209. Room 208, room 210, but no 209. The hallway simply skipped it, as if it had been erased. But that night, I saw it. I was doing rounds around 2:30 a.m. The hospital was dead silent, the kind of silence that rings in your ears. As I passed the second floor wing, I stopped, because in that empty hallway, there was a light. One fluorescent ceiling light, flickering, directly above a door I had never seen before. Its numbers, scratched into the metal plate, 209. The air changed. I'm not talking about temperature. I mean the feeling. It felt like something was watching me, like something behind that door was waiting. Hungry, I stepped closer, and I heard something from inside. Not voices, not footsteps, but scraping, like fingernails on metal. Then a long, slow moan. I backed away. My radio crackled to life with static. Then a voice whispering, "He's awake again." I ran. I didn't tell anyone. Who would believe me? But I wasn't the only one. Over the next few nights, the other staff grew quiet, nervous. They avoided the second floor wing. One janitor named Miguel quit on the spot after cleaning there. He said he saw a man with no face standing at the end of the hallway, pointing at him. No one laughed when he said it. Then came the night everything changed. October 29th. A storm knocked out power to half the hospital. The generators flickered to life, but only the emergency circuits worked. I was sent to manually check all rooms on the second floor. As I reached the top of the stairs, there it was, room 209, clear as day, the door, wide open. Inside was darkness, not regular darkness, black like spilled ink. I was about to call it in when I heard something behind me. Footsteps, slow, wet, dragging. I turned, and there he was, a man in a hospital gown, tall, thin, bones pushing against gray skin, 4 tubes hanging from his arms. But his head was wrapped in bandages, soaked through with something dark. He looked at me, or I think he did. And then he spoke, voice like someone drowning. "I never got discharged." Then he lunged, but when he reached me, he vanished. The hallway went black. I woke up in a hospital bed hours later. They told me they found me unconscious in front of the elevator, not near 209. I said, "What about the door?" They just looked at each other. One nurse whispered, "He found the door again." And that's when I learned the truth. Room 209 had been sealed since 1974. It was the site of a patient murder-suicide. A man named Alan Graves had been committed for psychotic episodes. He believed something lived in the walls, something only he could hear. He attacked 2 nurses and slit his own throat inside the room. They tried to convert it into storage afterward, but every person who entered reported hallucinations, voices, shadows. One nurse gouged out her eyes. Another vanished during a shift, never found again. So they walled it up, but every few years, the door appears, and someone sees the light on. I quit Ravenmore the next day. I don't care if you believe me, but here's the part that chills me the most. I moved away, changed jobs, changed states, but last week, while walking past a new hospital near my apartment, I saw a window on the 2nd floor. Light flickering. Room 209. There's no escape. He's still looking for someone to discharge him, and next time, it might be you.